Another strange result: Arsenal 5, Man City 1. What
Wow,
happened
what a
there?
game. What a game. Yeah. I saw it. Did you see the game? It was fantastic. But it was up and down. I mean, Arsenal, even though they won 5-1, I didn't think they dominated for the whole game. They started off really well, of course, that early goal, Odegaard's goal, and then they sort of sat
They
back a
won.
bit.
Immediately afterwards they scored another one and it was disallowed.
Yeah, and then they missed a few chances, and then they sat back, and it's almost invited Man City to come on and pressurise and get back into the game, which was strange to see that, because surely you go in to chase down Liverpool, you got to keep on that front foot.
So Jack, it's transfer deadline day.
Yeah, we're expecting a few things to go. Not as busy as it used to be, but it's still, a lot of people running around, getting on planes, going to training grounds, signing deals. So yeah, it's a busy one.
Well, it looks like most interesting ones are Rashford to Aston Villa, definitely. Tell looks like he's going to Tottenham, not Man United or Chelsea.
Yeah, that's
and Felix on loan to AC Milan.
Yeah, I see it might be Marco Asensio to Villa as well, to Aston Villa. Villa have made some good signings. There's a few people that we don't even know about probably that the deals are going on, but those ones are surprising. Unfortunately, it's not going to be very busy for Newcastle, but I'm keeping an eye on everybody.
It's the same with United. I mean,
United.
We got left wing back and 19-year-old from Arsenal, centre half, will probably need. He'll probably be used this year because of the injury of Lisandro Martinez.
Yeah.
But okay, your team, yes, will transfer out.
yeah. Transfers out and balancing the books.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Liverpool, have they made any transfers?
Who? Sorry,
Liverpool.
No, and they don't need to really, do they?
I mean, the summer.
Do you need to?
In the summer, one transfer in.
Yeah, and he's hardly played, so it's all right for Liverpool. They just need to keep hold of their players. I know they've got Trent Alexander-Arnold was
injury free,
and injury free. But yeah, they just need to keep hold of their players and sign them up onto new deals, don't they? That's the key for them. Yeah, just keep doing what they're doing.
But Alexander-Arnold, I think it's for the summer.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to test the water a little bit, Real Madrid, like they like to, to put in a cheeky bid. But I think if he does leave it, it'll be in the summer.
And now he can sign anywhere he likes.
Yeah, pre-contract agreement. That's probably what might be going on behind the scenes. But we'll see. But Man United finally have a left back after all these months and without a fully fit one, to be honest.
Yeah, so, but as you know, he needs to be tested in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's there to fit the system, isn't he? So
it's not the same as playing with Lecce.
No, it's a bit different. I've never heard of him before, so I'm intrigued to see how he's going to get on. It's difficult going into a team like Man United at the moment, low on confidence and low on wins. So it's a big test for him. But they'll be hoping that he can produce the form that he's shown in Lecce, apparently. To be a rising star. Well, they need a decent left back, Man United.
Last weekend we had really some strange results, interesting results.
It was a brilliant weekend.
Yeah, I mean, Nottingham Forest 7, Brighton 0. I watched that match, and it was
incredible.
Yeah,
and there was actually, I don't know if you saw it online, but there was a local pub was giving away a free pint every time Forest score before the game, and there was pictures of fans with tables full of drink because he did that offer and he didn't realise. But it was great publicity. But he had to spend a fortune on 3 points.
Is he still in business?
Just about. I think he is. Just about. He doesn't have any beer left. Yeah.
Bournemouth, Liverpool. I watched that match as well. I think Liverpool controlled the match.
But they did get lucky in the key moments, didn't they? Because I know Bournemouth hit the post, they should have scored Semenyo one-on-one. He had a half chance.
Yeah, but you always felt
penalty was a bit. Yeah. But Liverpool got the win. That's what they need to do, don't
they? You always felt that Liverpool were in control.
Their game management, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Everton 4, Leicester 0. Everton, they keep getting points. The David Moyes effect.
3 wins in a row for Everton and the Moyes. Fantastic for them.
An away win for Southampton.
Yeah.
At last.
Yeah, at last. I mean, they're trying not to break the lowest points record, and I think that helps. I think they're up to 9 points now. So, yes, bad for Ipswich. You'd thought that was, a good chance for them to put pressure on Wolves,
Exactly.
getting out of that zone, but no.
Your team, well,
2 home wins on the 2 home defeats on the bounce. Not good. I was surprised by that, but, what can you say? I mean, Fulham were clinical in those last moments, the last 20 minutes of the game. So I was surprised to see that, to be honest. I was sad to see that, but and also January, no signings coming in. They've just got to try and keep, bounce back like they did last time. When they lost to Bournemouth at home, they bounced back. So it's a big game on Wednesday with the League Cup.
Wolves,
huge win for Wolves.
Definitely.
Massive win, and that's good for Newcastle as well because Villa are one of the chasing pack. So I was pleased for that. But yeah, fantastic. I watched that game. Fantastic performance, and again, under the lights and late kickoff. They're tricky for teams to go, and it should.
Oh, as we said, it was
a bit of a local derby.
Yeah, I mean, only about 25 miles away.
Something like this, 20 odd.
22, 25.
Yeah, something like this. It wasn't far. It wasn't far for them to travel, but So not at least it wasn't far for the Villa fans to go back, but yeah, Wolves deserved it. They played really well.
Yeah, but now with the new signings, Aston Villa, it looks like they will be getting stronger.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going to happen. Yesterday, Brentford nil Tottenham 2. Another. Big win for Tottenham. Brentford are always strong at home.
Yeah, this is Tottenham again. Most people think, going to Brentford, Spurs, they're going to lose, because they've been terrible recently in the league. But they come back to winning ways. So, yeah, they were quite... I watched that game as well, and I thought they played well. And they were on the front foot, and that's what they're good at, Spurs, taking the game to teams as well. Yeah. Obviously, Brentford is a good team, good win.
Man United, their consistency continues.
They're consistently bad.
Consistently bad.
At home. Old Trafford is like an away ground, isn't it, for Man United players?
It looks like they
Maybe you need the new stadium.
No, man. No. If we want to avoid any, getting into the relegation battle, I think it's better if we play away. But there were tough matches for Man United. We have to play Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa, Everton away.
They all sound difficult, don't they? All of them.
Yeah. Spurs away.
Yeah.
Next match.
Yeah.
And another strange result: Arsenal 5, Man City 1. What happened
what
there?
A game! What a game! Yeah. I saw it. Did you see the game? It was fantastic. It was up and down. I mean, Arsenal, even though they won 5-1, I didn't think they dominated for the whole game. They started off really well, of course, that early goal, Odegaard's goal, and then they won.
Then immediately afterwards, they scored another one, and it was disallowed.
Yeah, and then they missed a few chances, and then they sat back, and it was almost invited Man City to come on and pressurise and get back into the game, which was strange to see that, because surely you go in to chase down Liverpool, you've got to keep on that front foot. Man City were there for the taking first half, and they backed away. And then Haaland, who only touched the ball, I think 8 or 9 times in the whole match, was quite incredible. One of them was his goal, but then after that instant reply to go in 1-1. That poor pass from Foden, and then that deflected goal from Partey that went into the corner. Keeper couldn't do anything about it. And then after that, Arsenal just steamrolled them. They were fantastic. They were sort of smelling blood after that, and then they just went for it. And Pep just looked like we've seen a few weeks back, when they were on that terrible run. He just seems perplexed by it all. I think he looks like he's had enough, really. But it's only the second time in his entire managerial career that his team has conceded 5 goals in a match. So that's pretty, and I think it's his worst defeat as well as a manager. So it's pretty terrible for him personally. So Man City, that's good for Newcastle as well, because Man City are right up there as well. And it was also good for the league, isn't it? Because we want Arsenal to put some pressure on. And 5-1, that's a big statement to Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know.
They're too far behind, probably still.
And Liverpool, they are so consistent this year. It's unbelievable. This is, I mean, they have some players like Mo Salah. It looks like he's in his form of his life.
He's unstoppable, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah.
Someone like that.
Everything he tries, they come off. It's unbelievable. This is so
that maybe not. But, you know, there's two ways of looking at it. We've said all along Liverpool are far out in front, but their next game is Everton in the league, is Everton away. The last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. So, you know, and Everton have won three in a row. So that's not easy. Say they lose that one. Say they do. It's 6 points. Then Liverpool and Arsenal still have to play this season in May, towards the end of the season. So that could be 3 points if Arsenal win that one. So you never know. Here and there, drop points. But Arsenal have to obviously win every match. They have to keep putting that pressure on.
The thing, Jack, is that we keep saying all these things since the beginning of the season.
And it's not happened so far.
And they haven't collapsed so far.
No, they haven't collapsed. But surely they can't keep up that momentum. But, you know, surely, you know, they say if they stay injury-free, yes. If Salah continues his form, yes. But you never know. It's football. These things can happen.
Okay.
But Liverpool at the moment, yes, they look like they're running away with it. But you never know. We never know.
This is the Premier League.
This is the Premier League.
Exactly.
Anything is possible. We've seen it before.
Yes.
You know, teams collapse.
And this weekend, starting from Friday, we have the FA Cup. So we are, you know.
So we're going to see a lot of players have a break. Yeah, you know, the top players are going to be rested. They're going to go to the Middle East. They're going to go on camps. You know, they're going to go on warm weather training camps. They're going to go see their families. That's what I think is going to happen.
Man United on Friday. I was going to go to this match, but they changed it from Saturday to Friday, so I cannot go.
Leicester City. Yeah.
Leicester City, Friday night. You know, they need to get a result, but the thing is now every Man United fan they wishes it was an away match,
or they wish they had an away season ticket instead of one for Old Trafford.
It's unbelievable what's happening. It's like the pressure is too much for them. It's like they have a blackout. I don't know what's going on.
What was Amorim playing at? Why did he put Kobbie Mainoo as a false nine? Why did he not play Højlund? Why didn't he not play Xerxes? It was a really strange thing to do. What was he trying to do? It didn't work.
It didn't work, and maybe he was trying to send a message to Xerxes and Højlund.
He seems to send a lot of messages. He likes sending messages with the way he does
but he's
things.
not getting the results. So
and it's not working then. His messages aren't working.
And not only that, you're only a few points away from the relegation
I know.
zone now.
Yeah, what is going on? I mean, can he continue to be experimental when he's that far down the league?
The next match, if I'm not mistaken, is away to Spurs.
Yeah.
So if they lose that match, okay, so Spurs will overtake Man United, and then Everton is going to be very close. And then what? Even Wolves are picking up points now. So
other teams are Everton, they're catching up.
And then it's a spiral. It's a spiral effect. You know, the players will feel so much pressure, and it's very easy to get into this trap that start thinking that we might go down now.
Yeah, well, he did say we're in a relegation battle at one point, didn't he? He did say that.
Yeah,
we have to face the reality. So.
Yeah, he did say that, so I don't know.
But one thing, I got a stat for you on this for Man United. 19 of the last 20 goals that Man United have scored have been in the second half. They've only scored one goal in the first half out of those 20, and it was a penalty. So it just shows you're not starting games well. The game plan isn't working in the first half, and he has to change it, or they have to have a half-time team talk to change it around.
And not only that, is that because you don't score a lot of goals, if the opponent score first, then it's getting much harder to get the result. Okay?
Yeah, they're always falling behind, having to drag themselves
back. So they need to score first in order to get the result.
Yeah,
this is what the results.
And that's the pressure, isn't it? The players are feeling that pressure. They know they have to score first, or else it's going to be an uphill task.
But they're not creating. They're not creating anything. Against Crystal Palace, they were very well organized. You know, that zonal marking and everything. I mean, Garnacho was trying everything to create something, but he was really basically man-marked.
Yeah. And they couldn't
Sometimes by
find
two
a way
players.
through, yeah.
So he couldn't get through. He couldn't create anything. It was a strange decision. I agree with you about Kobe Mainoo. Okay, he played really well in the Europa League match in Romania, but he was behind the centre forward. He was not the main man.
There's no focal point, was
yes,
there?
exactly.
No. And you've got Højlund sat there on the bench, £70 million striker or whatever they paid for him. It's a message. It must be a message to these players to pull your finger out, get working to get back into my team. You have to show it in training. Maybe I don't know. That's what you read.
The thing is, he is putting himself into a lot of pressure. The team is not getting the results, so it's I don't know what's going to happen. And regarding the FA Cup, apart from Man United, Leicester, okay, we have Leeds, Millwall, Coventry, Ipswich, Everton, Bournemouth. An interesting match. Okay. And Blackburn, Wolves, Plymouth, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Tottenham.
I mean, we like the FA Cup because they have these sort of games. The likes of Plymouth, Liverpool, Blackburn, Wolves. It's nice to see more. We prefer, as fans, British fans, we prefer like the underdog against the giants. And we like to see that. Can Liverpool lose the way at Plymouth? All these sort of things that we like to watch. That's what's special about the FA Cup. These mismatches between the two teams. That's what we want to see more of. So these all Premier League games that they sometimes show on the Premier League, not show on the FA Cup on TV, is not as interesting. But it's a nice break from the Premier League. Unfortunately, the Premier League teams sort of don't really care about playing their best teams. I don't know if Man United are going to do it. They might need to play some of their best players to try and get some confidence back, to be honest. But some of the other clubs might not. They might just rest. Like Wolves, you think they're not going to play their best team because they're battling relegation. They need to keep players fresh. Newcastle, are we really going to play our best team in the cup?
But in the previous round, if you remember, Spurs, they went away to
Tamworth, yeah.
And they struggled.
They and they played a decent enough team, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And they had to, they played extra time, and he had to bring in the big guns to get past them.
They usually put a couple of big guns on the bench, so most teams, one or two, to bring on. But it's a nice break from the Premier League. But I'm not expecting too many shots.
I think the most exciting match would be Aston Villa Tottenham,
because it's an all Premier League match.
Yes.
Yeah. I like to see a really good game, the Plymouth-Liverpool game, because I think it could be a really good atmosphere down there, home park where they play, and it's a proper club down there, and they got a good fan base, the Green Army as they're known. So you never know. Liverpool rest a few players, not late kick-off. It could be an interesting one. But
shall I make a prediction? Aston Villa, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Rashford will score a hat-trick.
Did he play in the last round at Rashford? Because if he did, he wouldn't be allowed to play.
No, I don't remember. I don't think so.
So maybe I don't know, because he hasn't been playing.
He hasn't played since December.
Rashford hat-trick. Yeah, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? That would be funny. And Matthijs Tel will probably score for Spurs.
It's like Anthony, man of the match. First match in Spain with Betis, and he's man of the match.
Well, that has to go down as the worst deals in history. Sell Anthony Elanga for 15 million or so to Nottingham Forest, and buy Anthony for about 85 to 90 million from Ajax. That's got to be one of the worst sort of not swap deals, but deal in, deal out.
Look
at that. Yeah, he's gone to Betis and done well.
I think the Di Maria one, you cannot top that one.
I think even Di Maria did a little bit more in his short time with Man United, but yeah, it's not good. But can we mention Everton, because David Moyes, talking of former Man United players and managers, David Moyes, what a job he's done at Everton. He's pretty much, it's not kept them safe. They're 9 points above the relegation zone now, 3 wins on the bounce. 2 games in a row, I think, or 2 home games in a row, they were 3-0 up at half-time. Absolutely steamrollered, their opponents the last few games. They're really impressive. Leicester were terrible, but they lost, didn't they? Lost 4-0 to Everton. But what a performance!
Yeah, but
fantastic.
And if you start getting the results, then the psychology and the mood of the camp changes. So they are on the up.
They're playing with confidence.
Yes.
You can see it. I could see even that the striker Beto, who's sort of been a bit of a laughing stock amongst some of the Everton fans because he hardly scores a goal. For a striker, he's sort of jaunting through on goal, just side footing it in the corner. He looks like a man with like the confidence running through him. That just shows you the difference. And it was Everton's fastest ever goal in their history. They scored 10.18 seconds was how quickly the goal went in, and that's pretty impressive considering how old Everton are. But Moyes is a legend there. He seems to have turned things around. He's galvanised the club, and obviously it's so important that they stay up because they're going to the new stadium.
But this came about really fast. You don't expect. I mean, definitely he hasn't got the magic wand.
No, he's got the same players, and he
exactly.
Seems to be
maybe it's a psychology thing. I don't know. Maybe
he's already won 3 matches in his short time there. In a row, of course, but he's already won 3, and that's how many Sean Dyche, the previous manager, had won the rest of the season. Most of the season.
Yeah, but it's a big change. All of a sudden, they're getting the results. They're getting wins, not just draws. It's
and now there's a gap.
Big turnaround.
There's a big gap because it's now 4 teams. 3 out of 4 teams will go down because Everton, I think they're going to just keep pushing on. They're comfortably away now from the relegation zone. Even if they lose a couple now, they've got the points in the bank. They've got that safety net. I think it's from 4 teams now rather than from 5 with Everton included. So it's Everton upwards is. You'd have thought they'd be safe. I mean, Tottenham and Man United are down there, and West Ham as well. But I think they're far enough away from those teams at the bottom to not be caught. I think so, unless they just keep losing every week. But I can't see.
Yeah, but they are too far away from the 40 points.
They're far away from the. I don't think it might not necessarily be 40 points that keeps teams up this season. I don't.
So you think. Which teams do you think they would be relegated?
Well, I think Southampton, I think we can all agree. I think even though they won at the weekend, which was a good win for them, I still think they're going down.
Yeah.
Southampton.
Ipswich?
Sorry, I said Southampton. Ipswich, it's a difficult one because they look like they're on a good run, a good, a bit of form they found. And they've got that striker Delap, who I really think is a great player. And they've got a few, handy players, but I still think they're going to go down. So yes, Ipswich are going to go down. And then what we got Leicester and Wolves. It's really tough to tell between the two, to be honest. But Leicester were absolutely abysmal against Everton. And Rudan Nistelrooy is under a lot of pressure because he's come in and he's not really done that well. He's had a couple of decent results earlier on in his, since he's come in. But recently they've been pretty terrible. So I don't know. Is he cut out for the Premier League? He looked all right at Man United a couple of games, didn't he, when he was temporary manager? But maybe it's a bit too soon to be a Premier League manager for him.
Different kind of fish, Man United and Leicester, and especially when the teams are struggling.
Yeah, the players he's got, and he didn't seem to be getting anything out of them. And Wolves are a strange one because they've been up and down, and they had that when that new manager Pereira came in. They had a few good results. They beat Man United, of course, and they were looking like they turned a corner. And then he had a lot of problems with players, but he was falling out with the players and things like that. And he had this ongoing drama with Cunha, their star striker, who scored at the weekend. He's just signed a new deal. I don't think it means he's going to stay until 2029, but I think because that's when the new deal has been signed for. I think it's going to buy them a bit more time in terms of looking at a replacement in case somebody comes in for him in the summer, or get a bit more money for him because he's got more years on his deal. But that's good. It gives them solidity. He's going to stay until the end of the season, and he's a game changer. So if they can keep him firing, keep him fit, someone like that, he, any of those teams at the bottom would love to have him in their team. So he could be the player who keeps them up.
And before we close this down, what about Nottingham Forest?
Oh, incredible! 7-0.
Not just 7.
Not just that. Not just that. But that was incredible.
They've been unbelievable.
They've been entertaining as well, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. Really, I want to watch them every weekend.
Yeah, they're like everyone's second team. Yeah. Because of the way they performed.
Is it the coach's impact on or is it Marinagi's? He's
Yeah.
always
Marinakis, the
he's
owner.
always,
Yeah.
he never misses a match.
No, and I saw him.
I
was
don't know.
sort of
He takes a
high-fiving all the
private
players
plane from Greece to one day he's watching Olympiacos and the next day Nottingham
Well, he
Forest.
might be taking his private jet across the Champions League next season, the way they're playing. I mean, they're pretty incredible at the moment. I hope they make it. I hope they do it. I know Newcastle are trying to go for the top 4, but I really hope that it's 5 positions, I hope, for this season's Champions League at the end of it. And I hope Forest get one of those spots, obviously in Newcastle too. But Forest, fantastic. Brilliant for the league. They've got a bit of a gap, haven't they? They're 6 points clear of the teams below them, of City, Newcastle. So, you know, they're right up there. They're not going to go for the title. I think we all can accept that.
No,
but they're
but
really
but
top 4. They've got it.
As we said in the previous episodes, they're it's a pleasant surprise in the Premier League.
And they've got some cracking players. Gibbs White,
Yes.
he'd walk into most of the teams, wouldn't he, at the moment, apart from Liverpool and Arsenal maybe. Gibbs White, you got Chris Wood, who scored a hat-trick, is on fire. Anthony Elanga on the wing, unbelievable. You know, really, really impressive. They've got Hudson Odoi, who's, you know, formerly of Chelsea, played for England, but he's found some form again. You know, and Elliot Anderson, Newcastle local lad, who we had to sell last season, at the start of the season for PSR. That was a shame. He's playing well. And then you've got those 2 defenders, haven't you? Milinkovic-Savic, and you've got Milinkovic and who's the other one? You've got Murillo. They're 2 like boulders at centre back. Nobody can get past them. I don't see any weakness throughout their team.
You're absolutely right. It's really a joy to watch them, and we do want every year one of these teams to be up there, and not just the traditional, let's say, big clubs fighting for the championship and the Champions League spots. Of course, we didn't expect Tottenham and Man United, especially Tottenham, what they have done last year. I didn't expect them to be down there with Man United. Okay, but as we keep saying, this is the Premier League. Every match is a real fight, and if you want to get the 3 points, you have to spill your guts out.
Exactly, yeah. And last weekend was really entertaining, wasn't it? Lots of great games, loads of goals. So we hope that continues. Obviously, we've got the FA Cup break now, but after that, we'll be back again, and there'll be loads of new players to talk about because the transfer window will be shut by the time we do the next podcast. So let's see how that develops and who joins who.
Okay, I'll see you next week, Jack.
Thanks, Nick.